Hi, thanks for having me tonight. My name's Kevin and I lead marketing at Nova Credit. And in one sentence, we are a cross-border credit bureau and provide real-time international credit data that is equivalent to the data that you're familiar with from the US bureaus. And just by quick show of hands, who is not born in the US and immigrated to the United States? Ooh, okay, so a couple. That means that I'm not alone. I immigrated from Germany about 1 year ago, and in Germany I worked very hard to build my credit score. I paid my credit card bills, I paid my rent, I paid my phone contract, and a couple of other things. But once I immigrated to the US, all this credit file and the credit score was pretty much useless. When I applied for a credit card here in the United States, my credit check obviously yielded nil. Some providers requested an additional document, which I couldn't provide. And ultimately, all my applications got rejected. Of course, I myself and the people in the audience are not by themselves. There's more than 46 million immigrants in the United States today, 10 million of which arrived in around the last 5 years on very high-profile visas, such as the H-1B visa or the F-1 student visa, which some of you might be familiar with, or the L-1 intercompany transfer visa. And in the first couple of years that you're here, we find that these are very credit active and loyal customers. So I will definitely want to have a credit card. I will definitely want to sign a lease. So this is a very attractive consumer segment that is very large. So what do we actually do about it? So we have built a platform and data integrations to the credit bureaus in the countries, in international countries. So today on the platform are the leading credit bureaus in Mexico, India, Canada, Australia, and the UK, with a couple of others that are still in the making. And we buy this data and standardize and post-process it, make it bank-ready and compliant, and we sell this to a couple of verticals here in the United States. Obviously, the financial services sector comes to mind. We support underwriting teams in their processes, but we also integrate with property managers when they want to do their tenant screening processes, and a couple of other verticals that are listed here. We actually also sell our data to Canada, so we also help Canadian immigrants make use of these services. And how do we actually do this? So this is a standard credit card application of the famous bank Borrow Loan Company. And at the end of it, you will see copy that is injected that says if you don't have credit history, you can import your credit report. So say, for example, you are from the UK and your name is David. You enter the UK flow, and what starts now is that you basically communicate directly with the UK Credit Bureau. So in order to identify your file, we request a couple of things such as the first and last name, birth date, the most recent UK address. And then what happens is we require consumer consent. So we need the consumer to opt in so that we can pull the UK credit file and provide this to the lender in the United States. So once he agrees, we can say that we found a matching report, and then what happens is that we go through the regular KBA flow that you are also used to here in the United States. So we have knowledge-based authentication questions such as where did you have your cable service, or where did you have a bank account? And once he answers these questions correctly, we can process the request, pull the file, and provide the lender with this file. And then what does this file actually look like? So this file looks very much like a standard US credit report. We have a score, which I can elaborate on a little in the Q&A. We have some calculated metrics, some summary statistics, and the core of it all is obviously the raw trade line data. We provide this in a standard PDF that is available on a dashboard, but we also provide this, of course, in a raw JSON format that can interact with any data decision engine that your bank or your property manager might use. I will leave you with one final sentence, which is pretty much our closing sentence in every presentation, and it's that people move and credit history doesn't, and we're changing that.